ספר הבהיר, מרק 13. ועוד ישב רבי בון ודרש. And more sat Rabbi Bon and was teaching. מהי דכתיב? What is it? אור ובורא חושך. Forms light and creates darkness. אלא אור שיש בו ממש. But light that has reality in it. כתיב ב, or it is written in it, יצירה. Meaning light that has reality in it. It is written in it, יצירה. Everything that has reality is related to יצירה. For this case, חושך שאין בו ממש. Darkness that has not in it reality. כתיב ב, it is written about. It is written in it, בריאה, creation. כמה דעת אמר, as you said, עמוס 4:13, יוצר הרים ובורא רוח. Forms mountains and creates wind. ואי בעת אימה, and if you will ask, and if you are asking to say, אור שיש בו עשייה, light that has doing in it, דכתיב, as it is written in Genesis 1:3, ויאמר אלוהים יהי אור, and God said, let there be light. ואין הוויה אלא על ידי עשייה, and there's no being but by doing. דלה הווה בעשייה. Darkness, there isn't in it doing. That is to say, דלא כתיב בעשייה, in the darkness, it's not written in it or next to it, doing. אלא הבדלה, but distinction, והפרשה and separation. בלבד קרא בבריאה. In the darkness, doing is not written in it, but distinction and separation. And the Bible calls it בריאה, creation. כמה דעת אמר, as you say, הבריא פלוני, anonymous, healed or recovered. Anonymous, healed or recovered. Now, Felipe, what is the relation between light, darkness, reality, and not reality? What is the relation? We have like two couples. We have light and darkness, reality and not reality. What is the relations between those two couples? If you can hear. Can you unmute and speak? Yes, they are. They are, yes. According to Rabbi Bon, light, which being in it, being is in the light. This is why whenever we find the word light, it has to do with yetzirah, with forming, because the being is in forming. Darkness. Oh, darkness has no reality, and then he comes with a very far question, like you, Hivri ploni, somebody or anonymous recovered. Hivri, recovered or healed, has to do with the Bria, and the Bria has to do with darkness. So, what do we learn from this sentence? That the Bria is first of all what? Anonymous. The Bria, everything which is manifested, is anonymous. Do we understand that? Felipe, if you're here, if you can hear?
Yes, it's
Yes.
it is a very profound, and I was just thinking about this, that in creation, in Bria, there is
Mm.
no form yet. This is very clarifying, let's say, because I will try to summarize what I understood. That information, Yetzirah, there is form, there is like a work on an idea. And in Bria, let's say in Bereshit, in the creation, there is only distinguish from what it was and what is has become, like distinguish from Hosher, from the darkness to a light. Um, and this is very interesting because, it, for instance, in a song or in an idea, there is the first glance, the first idea that is sort of complete, but we didn't work on it. But there is this first idea, and it is like pulling out of the water, like bear. You pull a bucket of water, but it has no form yet. I was just thinking as a metaphor for this bria, and the interesting that this hivri, to be healed. I mean, this is very tricky because it is related with darkness, and I just wanted to to understand a bit about this. It's a kind of clarifying, but not so much. And then comes this Raphael that I read. It is related with the healing, and
Yes,
it is
but
in the back, right?
yes, yes. But before, what you read is interesting, but let's first see, because just
Yes, yes,
to pay attention to what he says, this is the teaching, and then because it's complex for itself. Yes. So now the question that we ask, what is the, first of all, good morning, Rodrigo, and good evening, Yanis. We're very happy that you're here. We are reading from Sefer Mark 13, which are two verses that in both of them there is an appearance of light and darkness, and he asks why in light we hear about formation, Yetzirah, and why about darkness we hear about creation, Bria. And he brings two parallels. He learns those connections. Then he instead has light in it. Vayomer Elohim yehi or, and God said, "Let there be light." Ve'en havaya ela al yedei asiyah, and there's no being but by doing. Osher hava be'asiyah, in darkness there isn't any doing. Kelomar, that is to say, the lo ktiv be'asiyah, In darkness, we don't hear the verb doing, havdala, distinction, והפרשה, and separation. As you say, Anonymous recovered, פלוני הבריא. So we can ask, what is the connection between Anonymous recovered, פלוני הבריא, and the בריאה? Why doesn't he say, use a name, someone recovered? Why learn from him? He did not actively do anything, he just recovered. We learn that the bria, that the creation is anonymous. Creation is anonymous. And there is no actively happening there. It just happens. It is just happens. Therefore, he uses the term ploni hivri, anonymous, recovered, or heal, because it has nothing to do with any action or intervention. It just happens.
Eti,
Yes, Felipe? Yes.
if I may, this is very, very beautiful and interesting. Just trying to understand. So, when we realize something or realize about this creation, it's like we are from
Can you hear
darkness.
Felipe, Jan? Yes, Felipe? Can you
Can you
repeat?
hear me?
Because the speech was cut. Yes, now. Yes, yes.
No, trying to understand this concept of Bria, of creation, being something that is not active, but something that happens, and the relation to healing. It's just, as Yanis said in last session, if I can remember, to be healed is just to become distinguished from darkness, is to realize that darkness doesn't exist at all. Is that correct?
That is, yes. Let's open it. Yes. Rabbi Bon says, as you say, Anonymous recovered. Hivri, recovered or healed from Bria. So the Bria itself, the creation is what is recovery. The creation is healing. The creation is anonymous. What happens when you ask someone, how do you feel? Or he says, the creation is healing. Yes. Yes. Let's say if you ask someone how he is doing, or he says he is sick, he has a name, he has an address, and he is sick, and he feels that particularly everything is against him. God sent him fever. Yes, this is how people see things. There's fevering, but their brain says, I don't have a fever. I have whatever. Yes, and people, oh, this is how we perceive the world. Yes, if there's a pain, I have a pain. Yes, and it's personal against me. This is how it is. Rabbi Bon is also good. Bon, like we say, bon ton. Bon is what he is saying basically that the creation is anonymous. When we walk in the forest, and there are many trees in the forest, and let's say that we are not professionals in botanics and names, we just see trees. There is a tree. These trees, treeing, yes? This is what forest is. But what the brain does, it gives names. And saying that John is sick, Mary has a cold. Yes. Bom dia. Yes, yes, good. Yes. This is what he tries to tell. Nothing here is random. The names of the teachers, nothing is random. So what Rabbi Bon says, the creation is anonymous. We learn to speak in the speak separation. She is Mary, he is John, he is Peter, and so on. And Peter has Jane has headache. So this is how people speak, but it's not true. The creation is anonymous. This is how people speak. It happened to me. Personal. It happened to me. The fever rises. It happened in the world. But Rabbi Bon says, anonymous recovered. The creation is anonymous. We do the separation. And the recovery or the healing is in itself. Let's read about creation from Rabbi Bon. Choshech, now, he says, Choshech de להב in דרס, כלומר, דלא כתיב בעשייה. There is no verb in it. Just to give us example, also translating from Hebrew to English. So, חושך דלהב בעשייה. In darkness there is no doing. כלומר, דלא כתיב בעשייה אלא הבדלה. In the darkness there's only distinction. והפרשה and separation. קרא בבריאה. Why we read in בריאה, creation, כמה דעת אמר, as you say, הבריא פלוני, anonymous recovered or healed. So how recovery happens according to what Rabbi Bon says here? How does healing or recovery happen? We can also leave this question open. So the creation is anonymous and happens. Recovery happens. Tell this to doctors. Can we continue? We shall continue to Mark 14. Yes? Yes. Now he comes with a new topic. Or not. Depends on how we're going to see it. למה בית סתומה מכל צד ופתוחה מלפניה? Now there's a question about the letter bet. The is written, the graphical form of the letter bet. Now he asks, why the letter bet is, say, blocked from any side and open in front. Good afternoon, Abigail. We're happy to have you here. Now, he asks, למה בית סתומה מכל צד ופתוחה מלפניה? Why bet is blocked the way we are writing the letter bet, why the letter bet is blocked from any side and opens in the front. ללמדך שהוא בית לעולם. That is home or house to the world, to the universe. והיינו, דקודשא בריחו מקומו של עולם, ואין מקומו. And the holy blessed he is the place of the world, but the world is not his place. ואל תקרא בית, and as the name of the letter bet, אלא בית, but bite, which is home, house. Hada udichtiv, this is what is written, Mishlei Kafdalet Gimel, Proverbs 24:3, Bechokhma yibane bait, uvitvuna. This is the rest. In wisdom, home shall build. Yes. So now, what is the question that Rabbi Bon asks now in Mark 14? What does he ask about what? Who would like to participate? Yanis, Rodrigo, Felipe. What is the question that Rabbi Bon asks? On which letter does he ask? First of all, from all the letters. He asks about the letter bet. Why the letter bet is blocked, meaning by lines from each side, and there's opening in the front. And then he says, ללמדך שהוא בית לעולם, to teach you that the letter bet is a home to the world. In other words, the world dwells where? In the letter bet. והיינו דקודשא בריחו הוא מקומם. And this is that the holy blessed he is the place of the universe, of the world. ואין העולם מקומו. And the world is not his place. Again, the holy blessed he is another name to the infinite. Yes, the holy blessed he is another name for the infinite. So infinite is the place of the world. ואין העולם is not the place of the infinite. The infinite, just an example, if there's a tree and it appears in the seasons with leaves, without, with buds, with flowers and fruit. So the infinite expresses itself, its liveliness, through the tree. So the holy blessed he is the place of the world. But the world, in this case, the tree, is not his place. The infinite expresses itself in the finite. Yes? Yes, is not his place, because it's infinite. So how can the finite be his place? It is opposite to infinite. So many times when we find the terminology, the holy blessed is the infinite. ואל תקרא bet. Don't read bet, the name of the letter, אלא בית, but the word bait, which is home or house. Hada hu dichtiv, this is what it is written in Proverbs 24:3. Bechokma yibane bait. In wisdom, a house, a home shall be built. So, what is he trying to tell us? In Proverbs, it says, "Bechokma yibane bait." In wisdom, a home or house shall be built. Why in wisdom? Because the bed, yes, is the space where the world is. This is why in wisdom, Bechokma yibane bait. This is wisdom. Questions? Yes, Felipe is writing. Wisdom is the letter Yod. Yes, in the belly of the bed. I heard, yes, yes. Bechokma yibane bait. The wisdom is, yes, the infinite as the dot in the belly of the bed bait. Yes, the infinite as the dot dwells in the finite. And this is Bechokma yibane bait. A house or a home shall be built. Very well. Mark 15. Ulema bet doma. And bet resemble to or similar to. Le Adam bechokma. To human that was created in wisdom. שסתום מכל ופתוח מלפניו. That is blocked from any side and is open in the front. This is a very interesting parable, because the letter bet is not just a letter bet, it's to say something about a human. Read again. Bet duma. And to what bet resemble to or similar to? The graphical letter. The way we draw the letter bet, to what it is resemble or similar to. לאדם שנוצר בחוכמה. To man that was formed in wisdom. שסתום מכל צד, that is blocked from each side and is open in front. Now, what is the question that Rabbi Bon asks now? To whom does the letter bet resemble to or similar to? The letter bet is similar to human, yes, that was formed in wisdom. And how is the human built? Blocked from each side, from all. This is about humans, blocked from all sides and open in the front. And now he expresses the difference between Bet and Aleph. והאלף פתוח מלאחריו. And the letter in the back side. כזה א', like this א'. לומר, to say, זה זנב הבית שפתוחה מלאחריו. This is the tail of the bed that is open behind him, behind the aleph. שאלמלא כן, that without that, לא יתקיים האדם. The man could not exist. כך, אלמלא בית בזנבה של א', that way, without bet in the tail of the letter Aleph, לא יתקיים העולם. Without in the tail of the letter Aleph, the world could not exist. So far, this is the teaching of Rabbi Bon. Any question you can ask about anything. Abigail, Yanis, Zeno, Rodrigo, Felipe, about anything. If there aren't any questions, we shall continue. We don't know yet what is the tail of the letter Aleph, why the bet is built upon the tail of the letter Aleph. We shall find out. Amar Rabbi Rechumai, said Rabbi Rechumai. Rechumai is mercy. So this is what he said. Ha'orah, this is Mark 16. Ha'orah kadma la'olam. Ha'orah, the light, precede the world. Psalms 97, 2. she'anan va'arafel sevivav. First of all, Rabbi Rechumai says that the light precedes the world. How do we learn this fact? From Psalms Tehillim, Psalms 97, 2. We read, Anan va'arafel sevivav, cloud and fog around it. Shene'emar, that it has been said, Genesis 1:3, Vayomer Elohim yehi or. Be light. אמרו לו, they told him, or they said, כל יצירת ישראל בנך, תעשה לו עטרה. Before you form Israel, your son, make a tiara, ring, like angel ring, above his head. אמר להם, he told them yes. We don't know who told, but it's like plural, told. אמרו לו, who told? The angels. So they told the Holy Blessed He, this is community of many, because it says אמרו לו, community of many, of what? Angels? We don't know. אמרו לו, they told him, קודם יצירת ישראל בנך, before you form Israel your son, תעשה, please pay attention, תעשה, to do, yes, to do, him, a tiara, a ring, like the angels had above. אמר להם, he told the communals, הן, yes, meaning he agreed. משל, למה הדבר דומה? To what this is parallel to? To a king who is really thirsty for a son. ומצא Atara, and he found a tiara, a ring, beautiful. Atara na'a, klusa umeshubachat, beautiful ring, excellent one. Samach simcha ve'amar. He was thrilled and happy and said, Ze livni lerosho. This is for my son to his head. Amrulo, again. They told him, ויודע הוא שבנו ראוי לזה? No, the Holy Bless He, that his son is worthy to this? Tiara, ring. אמר, he said, שתוק, כך עלה במחשבה. Keep quiet. This is how it rises in the salt. ונודע שנאמר, and it was known that it has been Samuel 2:14, וחשב מחשבות, and thoughts. ישב רבי אמוראי ודרש. Rabbi Amorai, now there's another one, Amorai, the one who says with love or saying with love. This is Mark's. ישב רבי אמוראי ודרש. Amorai was sitting and teaching. למה א' בראש? Why א' in the beginning? שהיא קודמת לכל. That it is, the letter precedes everything. ואפילו לתורה. And even to the Torah. This is Rabbi Amorai. Questions so far about anything? Yanis, how do you do this evening? Rodrigo, Abigail. A lot of sentences we read today. How do you feel about it? Is there any question on your mind? Any reflection? Mark 18, ולמה בית קרובה לה? Now the question is simple, that the Aleph is preceding the Torah. Now the question in Mark 18, why the bet is close to the Torah? Because he says before that the Aleph is preceding the Torah. Now he asks, ולמה בית קרובה לה? Why the letter bet is close to the Torah? מפני שהיא הייתה תחילה, because she was in the beginning. ולמה יש לה זנב כזה? And why does she, the letter bet, has such a tail? Why does the letter bet has such a tail? Then he answers, להראות מאיזה מקום הייתה, to show from which place she was. ויש אומרים, and some are saying, שמשם נתקיים, and some are saying that from there, from the tail of the bed, the world exists. Questions so far? Mark 19. ולמה ג' שלישית? And why the letter ג' is third? מפני שהיא שלישית, because the letter ג' is composed of 3 parts. להוראה שהוא גומל חסדים, to inform us that he how do you say, not makes grace, but he is delivering grace. גומל, chesed, גומל comes from gamal. Gamal is a camel, like the camel has the capability to drink water and to walk. So this is how the Bible describes the letter Gimel, quality, Gomel Chasadim. Yes, Gomel has the ability, yes, to deliver grace. Gimel, Gomel Chasadim. Rabbi Akiva Amar. Rabbi Akiva said, Lama Gimel Shlishit. Why Gimel is the third? מפני שגומלת ומגדלת ומקיימת. מפני the letter Gimel, because the letter Gimel גומלת, delivers, is also what we say about baby. Babies, naturally they are drinking milk from the mother. And once they don't drink milk from the mother anymore, we speak about Gmila, meaning he does not need the father's milk. He doesn't need the mother's milk. Yes? And it also mentions in the Bible, in Isaac, there's a feast when Isaac does not need to drink anymore from a feast. It is when Isaac is 3. Yes? 3, Gimel is 3. So Rabbi Akiva said, why Gimel is the third? מפני שהיא גומלת ומגדלת ומקיימת. She is growing and מקיימת, how you say exist, makes everything exist. As you say, ויגדל הילד ויגמל. And now he brings the verse that describes Isaac. Yes? This is Genesis 21:8. ויגדל הילד, the child grew, ויגמל. He doesn't need the mother. Meaning, as long as the baby needs the breastfeeding, there's a two, the mother and the baby. It's duality. But once the baby is capable of being nourished independently without the mother, this is Vaigamal. Yes, from Gimel. This is not any longer duality relation. Mother and a child. The mother feeds and the baby is just drinking milk. So this is why there's a party or there's a feast and they're celebrating the moment, because it's 3. It's not even number anymore. Mother and a child. Vaigamal. When people, the word gmila is also mentioned in Hebrew when people are going to recovery center if they alcoholist, yes, and they wish to stop drinking. So they wish to stop drinking. This is gmila, to stop this, how do you say, dependency on drinking. Yes, because in drinking, when people are drinking alcohol, the pattern of drinking alcohol is when someone sees himself of the, yes, and there's a drinking comes with it. This is a completely illusion, but it's supported by the alcohol and so. So when people want to stop drinking, they go for gmila. This is a rehab center. Yes, the same word gmila. Yes, also what happens in alcoholism, there's a sense of control. I can conceive everything in the mind. Comes from duality. Yes, and then people wants to stop drinking, they go for gmila. Again, shlishit, the third. This is not, yes, do we see the connection? Because the why gimel is the third letter. Why the gimel appears as the third. Amarlo told him, who devarai, this is what I'm saying. כי הוא גודל וגומל חסד למו ואמון אצלו, because it grows and delivers grace to his neighbor with him, and he is faithful. This is Rabbi Akiva says about the letter Gimel. Question so far?
Good evening,
Yes,
AT.
yes, Yanis. Good evening. How do you do?
I'm well, thank you. I have a question. And you talk
Yes.
about the letter bet, and Rabbi Bond connected it to the formation of a man with his back closed and fronts. And I want to check on the Hebrew. When Adam was created, was it created or formed?
Let's look at the letter Bet. He says, Adam shenu b'chokhmah. He was formed in wisdom. Yes, he uses the word notzar, was formed in wisdom. It is blocked from each side and open in front. We are incapable, this is what he says, that it's not, it is implied that we are incapable of seeing, how do you say this in English? A holistic picture. We only see, he says, and we are incapable of seeing the whole picture because we are what? All of us. We are blocked from each side except the front. We only see rational, see and think. We are incapable. And this is what he says or declares here, that from the beginning man was formed like it. From the beginning, what is the nature of our appearance here? This is what he says. Blocked from each side, and this is me like bed and the world. Yes, there's a human and the world, the relationship of duality. The world against me against the world, against the neighbor, against the teacher, against whatever. And this is wisdom. It was formed with wisdom. He tells us this, there is an intention in it.
I don't understand why it's with wisdom.
He says, because how does he bring the teaching? Because he reads the verse from Proverbs. Bechokma yibane bait. A
The
home
house
or a house shall be
we
built
build
in wisdom.
is
Yes, and
established with understanding. So how do you connect the second part of it?
because we also a home. A human is a home or a house for what? We are house or a home for what?
For the being.
Yes, yes. Therefore, bechokma yibane bait, in wisdom a house shall build. It's a home, it's a house to the infinite. So it should have been built with wisdom because infinite is dwelling here. Infinite dwells in the finite. Bechokmah, in wisdom.
And how do you establish it with understanding?
Yes.
Because Proverbs 24:3 goes on to say, with understanding, the house is established.
Yes. It is long. It has, do you see the whole sentence? Do you see the whole verse?
The verse
Yeah, you see
says,
the
with wisdom, the house is built, and with understanding, is established.
yes. In wisdom he shall build a house, or a house will be built in wisdom, and within understanding he will stand.
It's the second part that I don't understand.
Again, Yanis, again.
It's the second part that I don't understand. Understanding with understanding.
Let's see. I'll try to find the English. One second. Do you have it next to you, the English to post?
Um,
One second. If someone would like to post, this is Proverbs 24
before we
3. Yes, let's find it. Let's find it. Three. I don't see this. I don't find it here. So, what is the question, Yanis?
um this is the Hebrew. This is the Hebrew,
Yes,
and this is the English. It says,
yes.
by
So,
wisdom, a house is built, and through it, understanding. And
is
by
what?
understanding, it is
Yes,
established.
yes,
So I understand that, okay, the being is, the house is for the being, and therefore it has to be built by wisdom. And how does understanding come in? How does the house get established by understanding? So the understanding is from whom and from where? How do you acquire it? Where is it from?
so you understand the first part? By wisdom, a house is built or shall be built. You understand the
Yeah,
first part? Yes.
yes.
And
I don't
through
I don't understand.
understanding, you don't understand the second part?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at the building. Yes. General building, there's like rooms in it, there's a shower, there's a kitchen. What happens, yes, when one of the tiles in the kitchen, there's like tiles between the marble and the cabinet, one of the tiles, let's say, shaking. Do if one of the tiles, the ceramics, is shaking, and you notice this, what would you do? What?
Just get someone to fix it. Get someone to fix
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. You would call fix it because you understand it's better to be repaired and it holds everything. Yes. So this is understanding. By understanding, yes, you establish it. Because you understand if you not repair it, it's not you or someone, yes? If not, because creation is anonymous, yeah? It doesn't matter who repairs it, but understanding it needs repairing. It doesn't matter who will put a tile, but understand it, understand what is need to be repaired is establishing the building, because otherwise if there's a broken window and there's like shaky tile, yes, and the door is not closed and so, if we pick up all these bugs and we don't repair them, not that we are the doers, it's if they don't, the house does not go through repairing, it will fall. And we also learned this from the King Solomon. After 7 years, again, after 7 years, there's Bedek Bait. Bedek, again, the checking of the house. They call it in Hebrew Bedek, house in bed. Please pay attention. Bedek, where's the letter? Bedek Bait, every 7 years, and we can read it in the Bible. This is what Solomon, King Solomon, does after 7 years. Bedek Bait, to check after 7 years what is needed to be repaired. Yes, and to fix it. Because this is, how do you say, entropy? This is gravitation. If we don't change the doors, we don't change the door handles, how do you say, repairing the tiles, changing carpets, it will fall. So this is why the second part of the verse deals with understanding. So maybe I cannot or we can't do the repairing, yes, but the understanding that it is needed to be repaired and we call someone to do it, doesn't matter. And this is how the house is being maintained. And by maintaining the house, we are establishing it. Maintenance. People all the time think about great thing to build, how do you say, to buy new items and maintenance. People take it very lightheaded, but maintenance is a great thing. Just maintaining the house, civilization, is art. Maintenance. We don't need to do it by hand because we don't know how to do the craft or to handle craft, yes? But the understanding that it needs repairing. Let's say there's a broken window. Children playing ball, tuck. Ball came into the window, tuck, and the window is broken. It needs to be prepared. So the committee of the house called the glassman and they're taking measures and they're repairing the glass. So not everyone who lives in this building knows how to repair a glass, and you need a special tool and measures and glass. So the man who is fixing windows and glasses. But the understanding of what is needed to be done, if we can't, this is a call for help, is already what? Establishing it. Let's say somebody has a tooth problem. He has a pain. So no, not all of us are we are doctors and tooth doctors, but the understanding that there's a need to go to the doctor to check, to repair, is already establishing it, because it's preventing it from falling harder or faster. This is the understanding. In English, Felipe, understanding. How does the word understanding build? Understand. Under, beneath, yes? Now, do you understand, Yanis, the second part of the verse?
Yeah.
Do you
But
agree or not?
to a certain, to a certain extent, yes. But the understanding must be flowing from above, right? Not something that, I mean, you know, not all understanding is correct. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or not?
yeah. Yes, yes. Understanding is in the heart. This is
Yeah,
where understanding is. Yeah.
yeah, it's in the heart, and not all the time we have it,
We
right?
don't have anything. We don't have anything.
Not
Yes.
even the understanding.
We don't have anything. It just flows through. It just flows through. Nothing is that we have.
So
It's
the
not a.
understanding is something also that flows through. It's
Yes.
it's it's
Yes.
not
It's just.
something that you know we have,
It's not
and
an object.
yeah, it's
Yes,
not
it's
an
not an
object.
object. Yes, it's not
Something
an
that flows
object. Of course,
through.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, it's something that flows through,
Yes.
that then you follow what has been, what is flowing through, and then you do what, and just follow what is coming to
Yes,
the next,
yes. In the
to
moment,
the next,
what
yeah,
comes?
in the
Yes,
moment. Yeah,
in the moment. Yes, yes. It's
yeah,
not a rock. You don't go with understanding with 17 rocks around you with ropes and shackles. No. We don't have understanding. It's just something that flows in the moment.
okay, yeah, okay, we agree
Yes?
on that. Yeah.
Simple. Yes, very well. How then could we walk here? It's so funny.
Uh,
Yes, it's
I
so simple.
then I also have the other question on
Yes,
Rabbi Rahumai. It
yes,
says illumination preceded the world because cloud and gloom surround him.
yes,
So in the I mean that is the English translation, but in the what? But which comes first? Darkness comes first, followed by light, or but it says the illumination preceded the world. So I'm getting a
So
little mixed up.
let's
Darkness,
let's go
darkness,
let's go to where Rabbi,
Rahumai. Because
yes,
first
Rabbi
there
Rahumai,
is
he
darkness.
says
Yeah, there's darkness. No, first that wait, let me organize my thoughts. There's darkness, then there's light. But Rabbi Rahumai said illumination preceded the world. Cloud
yes,
and gloom surround him. So
yes,
preceded means before, right? So that means light is
yes,
before. But I thought
yes,
darkness was first, then light. But here it's like light first, then darkness.
yes, there's
I'm
light
getting
and
mixed
there's
up.
yes, yes, that's correct. Yes, that's correct.
So which is which?
This is why, yeah, this is why they say Vayehi or let there be light. And there's a discussion about this Vayehi or let there be light. And they say, or shekvar haya. What does it mean that there's a saying, let there be light? And the sages are saying, or shekvar haya, meaning the light or the illumination, yes, preceded the darkness. There's
It's
light
preceded. It's
and there's dark.
preceded
Yes?
and not preceded. The word is preceded. That means it's before. That's a translation.
Or dim, kadam, before. Yes, before, before. We are the, in Hebrew they say Oa, light, feminine. We are, yes, we were told that we were born. Yes, the story about our birth is what? Is darkness. Bria is darkness. Because there's a narrowness in it. Suddenly there's a limitation. This baby is just belongs or comes from those two or whatever, and this is the only reality and so on. So illumination is before the world. שענן וערפל סביביו. That how do you say, cloud and fog around it. שנאמר, that it has been said, Genesis 1:3, ויאמר אלוהים יהי אור. And God said, let there be light from the fog, he said, because there's a fog. There's a cloud. It's not cloudy. You don't see well. So there's light, illumination, and then there's like Anan va'arafel. Yes, there's a cloud and fog around him. And from the vagueness, Vayomer Elohim, and God said, and this is the being. Yehi or, let there be light. That we shall see that we are not, yes, the ones who were born with visions and names and stories. Let there be light. Because we are formed in wisdom, yes, in the shape of the letter Bet. We are blocked. We are incapable of seeing the before, the tail of the Bet. We just look forward to the world, yes. And he says, Ha'ora kadma la'olam. The light, the illumination is before the world. The world is not the trees. The world is, we are the place of the world where someone can experience the world in human's
So
life.
this
Yes.
world that you're talking about is the manifested world? Is
The manifestation, because we come to the world, yes, and we don't know what's going on. So we believe that we belong to a family, to a story, to a nation, to a continent, and it's just we see through fog.
yeah, but the world can
Even if
also be
we,
the hidden
again,
world,
yeah,
right? The world
the
can also be the hidden, the concealed.
yes, yes, yes.
So
From
in
with
which
intention,
context?
with yes,
So in which context is this? The world that is hid, the world that is manifested, or because the world can also be with reference to not as olam, but you said as the other word in Hebrew, elam, hidden.
yes.
Uh,
The infinite. This is a very great question. The infinite is here by concealing itself in a form. It's like the same principle we found in the book of Esther. Why Vashti refuses to come to the feast, to the banquet? Infinite cannot what? Cannot in a finite. It's not because she doesn't like the king or so. It's not personal. Infinite. This is the same thing again and again. It is impossible to manifest the infinite only by willing it. in a form, it can appear here. We are not the form. We think that we are hands and feet and whatever. We are not of a form. We learn to be associated with the puppet. Yes? Our true nature is of the spirit. But there's a darkness that comes with the birth. And we learn as babies or toddlers that this is who we are, this is the name, this is the story, this is my life, and my life is the body, which is totally a lie. And this is why he says, Rabbi Rachuma, yes, mercy, Ha'ora kadma la'olam. The illumination is before the world. The world, ha'olam, milshon he'alem. It's just, olam is world, is concealing from us the truth. The fact that we believe to this story, that we were born, that we are the form body, we carry a name to the rest. It's not true. It's just not true. And there's comes saying, Vayomer Elohim yehi or, let there be light. See
So
that you
therefore,
are
darkness.
not of this. Yes, you are darkness. You are not the disease. You know, all those things that we turn to
Yeah,
we just, we take it. Yes.
yeah. So the darkness and the sickness and all that is not the reality.
Excellent. It's not reality. The family story drama is not what? Reality. It's not.
Because light preceded all that, and the light, and you have to bring forth that
Yes.
light.
Excellent, Yanis. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And therefore we are the healed, we are the blessed from the beginning. Everything that has been spoken.
We are basically, he says, Bechukma. He says that we have the form of the letter Bet. Ha'adam Notzar was formed, yes, in the shape of the letter Bet, but in the Bet there's the dot of the infinite, yes, and this is our true nature, the dot, the
Is it
nothingness,
the
the
dot of the
emptiness.
infinite, or is it the tail of the Aleph?
The dot of the infinite. The tail of the Aleph we did not even open, we just mentioned it's completely something, it's completely different world. Yes, the dot in the belly of the Bet, this is the infinite, and this is our true nature. We take no space like a dot. Yes, it has no width, no length, no depth. It doesn't have any dimension. But we are learned to associate ourselves with a dimension, with a height, disappearance in the mirror, is a name, address, whatever. And he says it's not true. This is a relief. In 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 other words, bechokma ibane bayit, or in wisdom a house shall be built, or the man is formed as a letter bet. We are formed in concealment, that we shall believe that we are the bet, but what is in the bet is the infinite. And this is our true nature. It's the before. Yes, we just learn to associate ourselves with the letter bet,
We forget
with
the dot.
duality. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, we
yes, yes.
associate with the letter. We associate with the letter bad, and we forget about the dot. That's right.
Excellent, excellent. This is our true nature, the dot that was never what? Born. All the rest is just a fallacy. If the dot is never to be born, somebody die. Now, when we write letters, yes, and we write sentences, what happens at the end of the sentence? Graphically.
I go with the name.
When we write, let's say, a letter to a friend, dear Peter, comma, I was so happy to receive your email. Dot. We read the dot as pausa, the sentence, but it's basically an infinite. We read the dot as a verdict.
It's an N, yes.
Dear Peter, yes, we read it as the end,
Yes.
but it's infinite. It's infinite. Yeah. Just to show us how far we are from the truth. Good?
So
So, yes, Yanis?
still thinking about the thought at the end of a sentence, and that's the infinite.
It yes, it's a wash. It's just a washing. Reading the book is just washing out all what we think it is and concrete and real. It just he opposites everything. All what we consider as real is basically it's not real. Amazing. So, dear friends, thank you so much, Rodrigo, Abigail, Yanis, Felipe, Zeno. We are so happy that you're here, and we shall continue Thursday. Thank you for the beautiful conversation and for your participant. תודה, שלום ושבוע טוב, and see you soon.